All right, welcome everybody. We're starting to get a few people in here. We're also streaming live on Facebook. So welcome, Shreya. For probably most people don't know who you are, but you've been blogging for quite a long time. And we're actually in a mastermind group together. Even I am in in several masterminds to to grow what I know. And this one's for marketing with Omar Martin. He's probably one of the best people in the marketing business. Although I run a mastermind group and I'm in several training people, I'm also in some to learn as well. And learning is really, is what you constantly have to do to, to stay in whatever business you're in. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and yeah.
Hey everyone. Hey, thanks for having me here, Shawn. My name is Shreya Banerjee. I'm hearing echo. Is that okay? Is that normal?
I don't hear an echo. So.
Okay, I'm hearing myself back. It's all good. So like Shawn said, I've been at this for a long time. I started actually back in 2007, and something that you'll learn about me, I'll openly tell you, I have given up on this twice actually, and then picked it back up again. So let me tell you the first time I started. I started in 2007. I was in college back then, and I started internet marketing, got into a few things, actually had a blog at that point too. And I was a senior in college and everybody told me to go get a job, and that's exactly what I did. I went and got a job. So obviously this kind of fell to the side, and it's not like it was a complete failure or anything. I did make a few $1,000s out of it, but I just didn't put in the time to it. Got a job, moved on. It was not until 2 years ago, a life-changing event happened for me. I gave birth to my son, and it was the day I had to drop him at daycare. That was the really like the toughest thing I've ever done. And that was the day I decided that, I need to do something else. Because I do have a job. It's just not working out. I mean, I do like my job, but the ability to spend that time with my son is what is my why, right? Like people ask you, why do you do it? It's for him. So I started again last year. I joined a few master groups. Actually, one is John Thornhill, and the other one, like Shawn mentioned, Omar Martin's. And I started with the blog again, and I talk about it like when I first started blogging. It takes time, okay, because you have to keep it updated if it's fresh content. And all I kept seeing was like a lot of zeros in my account. So I couldn't get it figured out until of course I did. When now what I'm doing is I can set up my entire blog for a month with just 2 hours of work, because I've figured out the system of how I want to do it. And then of course, how do I smartly throw in affiliate links in my post, right? So that you can start getting the commissions out of it as well. So that, after figuring that out, was my breakthrough. No, we can't hear you, Shawn.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely that's that's something we have to do as well, because we're constantly posting things, and people want to know why we're posting at 3 in the morning and at 5 and 8 in the morning. But we actually have to schedule things. So scheduling is very important. When you're doing any kind of marketing, and with blogs, it's great because a lot of the things you're going to post aren't pressing, and you really don't want a lot of pressing type of things that you're going to be posting. You're not going to be posting, hot news, because, even if people are going there for the newest thing, in a week, it's not going to be any good. And, if you want to get, make money, you want stuff that's going to be, just as good now as it is in a year. So if you post it, a week or two in advance, it's not going to be, a big issue, because you want stuff that's going to be good in 3 months as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Valerie. You just logged in as me. Okay. So I guess you'll handle the Q&A. This is my assistant, Valerie, by the way. She usually handles
Hi, Valerie.
questions from people. Okay, great. So do you just run one blog, or do you have multiple ones for income, or how does it work for your business?
I only have one, my main one, which is Banerjee.com. And then through that, I'm a big believer in repurposing content, partly because I'm a little bit lazy and partly because I don't have time. So my system is create the content whenever you create it first with like a lot of value, and then repurpose it as much as possible. So I make videos, I put it on YouTube, I put it on Facebook. So I hit multiple different target sources, but that doesn't mean that, you can't have multiple blogs and do the same thing. I only have one blog.
Right. We actually have, we have several blogs. I'm really bad at that. We rarely update. And I don't think we've actually updated our blog this year. But our website and all our training is actually, kind of run on, the same kind of backbone. Just nobody knows it's a blog, but why don't you tell us about the training that you've put together for everybody?
Yeah, so the training is called Affiliate Blogging Ninja, and it's made up of, don't get scared, 27 different videos. And I say that because everybody looks at 27 videos and go, oh my God, I don't have time for that. It's structured in a way where you're kind of overlooking my shoulder as I'm doing it. So I'm setting up the entire blog, and step by step, I'm saying, okay, I set this up, now you go do it, and then watch the next video. So it's set up in that, and it's chunky, not chunky in a bad way, but it's like 3 to 5 minutes each video, not more than that. It's a really watch and go do. A lot of times in the courses that I have bought, what ends up happening is a lot of people just give you a bunch of theory and say, you're done with the training, and then it's up to you to go apply it. With this one, I really wanted you to get something out of it. So watch me, go do it. Watch me, go do it. That's how it's structured.
Right, and that's really the best way, in all the research we've done. People don't want to watch hour-long videos on things, and we have plenty of those. In our training, we've got hundreds of hours of training, but everybody wants those 5 to 10 minute long videos, because that's really the best way to do it. Screen sharing, not somebody sitting on screen talking for an hour. Mm-hmm. So down in the chat, is anybody currently running a blog, or or have you run one in the past, or where are you guys at as far as your spot in blogging? Do you need help completely setting one up from scratch, or do you just not know how to make money with it? Mm-hmm. If you guys could comment down in the chat. So where does it start? Do you show how to register a domain name and then create the blog and and set up all the settings, or where do people have to be to really get going on this?
It starts from the very beginning. So my first video, module 1, is what is affiliate marketing. So we start from the basics, and then we go into module 2, which talks about how you set up your blog, completely from what domain name should you buy, what's right, how do you want to take your business, how do you want to structure it. So it goes through all of that. I show you how to set up your blog, and then we dive into how to write effective headlines and posts, like what type of post should you do. I've seen a lot of posts, especially in the internet marketing field, where people do review posts and everything is the best thing since sliced bread. So I'm not a big fan of those. That's why I talk about my writing style. What do I do? Some of the tools I use, and most of them are free tools. But with headlines and all. And then I talk about my system of doing it with 2 hours, talk about traffic, and all the different sources of traffic I use. So it's really from the basic to, some of the advanced strategies that I use.
Great. So, really, I think, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but, really you're going to want to do either one of two things. And I'm in another group as well that's, talking about something similar. Is, you either need to talk about something, either figure out what, do you help people to figure out what niche they want to start with, or is that just too broad, to cover in the training? And, one thing, like our blog is, we're going to either talk about things we love, or you need to go out and do research and see what's going to sell. And what you love may not be, something that you might be able to get affiliates for, or, be able to sell something in. So that's, the things you really need to, to worry about.
Right. Now I do talk about that. And I'll tell you a personal story in one of my previous attempts and failures. So when I was first starting out, I had a blog in just my name, but then I also started everybody keeps telling you, pick a hot niche. And I picked golf of all reasons. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know golf. I don't play golf. I still don't know anything about golf. So never, it failed, obviously, for obvious reasons. But when you're picking your niche, and we talk about this in the training, is you have to pick something that you like, you enjoy doing. Yes, it needs to have traffic, but then, I kind of show you how to figure out, does it have potential in that field? And it's something you have to consider, that it's not just like weight loss or internet marketing. It's not just like those big ones. There's also tinier ones that you might not think about, like just mommy life. I mean, you wouldn't think about that, but that's a big field to get into. So we do talk about that in the training as well.
Awesome. I'm actually. So you said, actually, I should post the link. We have a link you can go sign up. And how much is it? I know that's not how affiliate marketing usually works, but everybody wants to know how much it is. And I think it's just it's under $10, right? To get started.
It's $9.97 till the launch period. So the launch period is till Sunday, and after that the price will go up. But till Sunday, it's $9.97.
Okay, great. Let me see if I can. It's not letting me see. Valerie, is it letting you see the Q&A? Because since you logged in,
yeah.
On the device. So I don't know if there's questions, you can pop in, but it's not telling me if there's questions anymore.
Yeah, there's one question. You kind of touched base on it already just a minute ago. But it just says, what is the very first prerequisite to use your system? Shreya, having an idea to blog about, or is that not even a prerequisite? Do you show how to find it?
You have to be able to, follow it. If you're willing to follow it, I'll promise you it'll work. But just follow the training as it's laid out. Even if you don't know what you want to blog about, we can figure that out. I cover that in the training, but it's whatever your interests are. That's exactly what you should be blogging about, right?
Yeah,
so even go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just agreeing with you. But yeah, if if you don't have something you're interested in, there's lots of ideas. Trai even has some, you can buy, the PLR packets that already have articles written and data in there that you can practically plug and play. Of course, you don't want to just copy and paste, even though you could, kind of put your own spin on it, spend 5 or 10 minutes, even if you're not a writer. I'm not a writer. I have people on my staff who write everything for me. I'm great at coming up with the ideas, but not putting that together. But, even that is something I would do because, we're talking about 5 minutes, just kind of put your own spin on it, change the things around a little bit. And, it's setting up a blog is very easy. I went through most of the training, in Shreya's course. Of course, I've set up blogs before, so I knew most of what she was talking about, but there's a lot of good insights there, especially for somebody who's never done this before. So, she's showing you how to do it. She's showing you exactly what to do, how to configure things in each step. And it's, you know, it's really registering a domain name and then, you know, just configuring the software the way you want it. And, you know, the blog is already set up. You're not designing, you know, a web page. You know, of course, if you want specific headers or whatever, you're gonna have to have a few simple graphics done, but you can get all that done on Fiverr, and you can tell them, you know, I want, you know, headers for this or for that. And, you know, they're making them for hundreds of people, probably the top Fiverr designers. So they already know the formats, they know, you know, the styles that most blogs look like, you know, and it's super simple. And then, you know, on the back end, which she also shows you how to do, you're going to be able to, you know, just plug in affiliates, either, you know, order banners or, you know, if you want to do anything around marketing, you know, JV Zoo has, you know, thousands of different affiliate programs where they're giving you 50 to 100% back just on every sale. So you just go out and search, you know, any of these affiliate markets and, you know, plug in whatever it is, you know, if it's exercise or sports, or, you know, even if you want to talk about Amazon products, if you want to promote your own Amazon products, you can put affiliate links in there. What a lot of people don't know, since most of you guys are Amazon sellers, what a lot of people don't know is that you can promote your own products. So you can make up to 7% being an Amazon affiliate and promote your own products, and that you'll also be selling. So, you know, you can do reviews, you know, and then she shows you, I believe, how to make that all into video. So you can be posting those videos, posting them on YouTube. It's all linking back to your blog, which is all going to be making more money for you. Posting them to Facebook, posting them to your own YouTube channel. But in every one of those things, you're pointing people back to your blog, which has all your affiliate promotion.
Pretty much you're building the foundation of your business with your blog.
Right. I have a question too, if you guys whenever you want to touch on that.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying that we also have a question, so whenever you guys are ready, let me know. Okay, so what is the potential with your system? How quickly can you monetize it? And what type of numbers should you expect when beginning? I feel a little bit more difficult broad of a question.
Well, Shreya can answer some of that, but I mean, you can monetize it immediately. Every blog post from your very first one should have affiliate ads in it. So, and then once you create it, you're just going to be adding, you know, on top of it, you know. So, you know, it does take a little bit of time, but you know, as you're creating new ones, the old ones don't go away. You know, it's just growing bigger and bigger, and the more content you have, the more that Google is going to be looking at your site, and you're going to be getting more clicks based on that information.
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I would have said. That's absolutely correct. It's based on, you know, how much you want to post, and the key that I found for me is social media and sharing. So more platforms you can get on, the better. Get it on YouTube and link it back to your blog. Your blog is really your hub, if you want to look at it that way.
Right, because you know, and you know, we do the same thing, but you're going to be taking your post and you know, all these blog posts that you see everywhere, it's getting people back to their blog. So you're going to post your video on YouTube with a link back to your blog, or right in the video, you know, the website. You're going to be posting it on social media. So, you know, if you're doing, you know, sports or nutrition, something like that, you're going to join those kind of Facebook groups. And, you know, you're going to say, oh, I just wrote a new article about this. You know, you're not selling something now. You know, it's not take. Like, you know, it's a big problem, you know, on Amazon. There's only a few people who are, you know, doing those kind of things. No, you know, every group owner is like, you know, selling something. So you can't say, hey, join my group or go to my blog, because, you know, that guy's probably talking about the same thing. But here, you know, they're just talking about sports nutrition, or whatever your niche is. And you can go there and say, oh, I wrote an article about, you know, about this or about that, or a review of this, you know, and you have no connection to that. But you do have affiliate links on the blog, and every blog has, you know, either links to something they're selling themselves, or affiliate links out to somewhere else.
Right.
So, it's kind of a given. But you're going to be able to share a lot more. And those other non-Amazon groups have, huge followings, 50, 100,000 people are in some groups that I'm in that, aren't, Amazon or network marketing. They get really big with, huge followings that you can really grow your audience very quickly. And the more people who go there, it's all about Google. The more Google sees you posting, if they see you posting regularly, they see you posting, good information that people are going there. That Google knows when you go there. They know when you leave. They know everything about your website because people are constantly going, through Google. So as soon as they leave, they go back to Google. So they know how long your customers are waiting on your website. So when they leave, they're timing all that information. So the longer somebody stays on your website, and I believe you were just talking about this, don't buy, backlinks or anything else, because when you buy those, people are staying there for a second. It actually hurts you. When you put those backlinks in there, or you have people visit your blog for pay, they're going there for a second. They're opening the link, let it load, and they're leaving, which is really the worst thing you can do because it's telling Google, who is ranking everything that's going on. It's telling them that, hey, every customer goes there and they're there for 2 to 5 seconds and then they leave. And it's going to make your rank worse instead of what you think it's going to be doing. It's helping it. If anybody wants to join, I know people on Facebook Live can't see the chat. So if you want to check it out, you can just go to blog.shawnmayo.com. It'll take you right to the page, so you can see everything. It ends at Sunday night. Of course, the training will, once you get to the training, it'll be there forever. But if you don't sign up, this is just the launch period. So you have until Sunday night. You can go to this through my link, blog.shawnmayo.com, and you can see. You can sign up for $9.97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's only $9.97 right now. It's going to go up significantly, of course, after the launch. So check it out. And if you feel later on, that it's too hard for you, or you just don't have the time, like me, that's what I would be doing. I would be paying somebody to set up my blog. I think I might have done that. Initially when we set them up, you can. Shreya does have a service, that will set it up and configure it and get everything going. Where all you got to do is post your blog articles. So that's an option, And for 27, sections of training for under $10, it's really a no-brainer. Some of the training that we buy as Amazon sellers are, thousands of dollars. And you don't get much more than 27 sections. So, were there any other questions, Valerie?
Yeah, so there was another one, and I mean, you guys have really touched on this. Well, I mean, Shreya, I know that you have a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of interest in seeing how your course differentiates itself from other courses that are out there. Obviously, there's some competition. A decent amount of competition. So I think maybe a little bit of empowerment and excitement on why people should be blogging, why it's going to be so beneficial, and then how, why they should choose your course would be really great, to touch on real quick.
So the course is really I have designed it the way I've designed it. It's a one-stop shop of, everything you need to kind of get the foundation of your business going. A lot of other courses that do talk about blogging, they just specifically talk about blogging. I get into, YouTube, I get into Facebook, I get into repurposing content, just making the most out of whatever you already have. Working smart, not hard is my motto. So I believe that's the difference that I have put in this course.
And it is just one. I don't know if you guys can see that out either, but it's just $9.97 and they get the whole course, correct?
Yes, they get the blogging course. There are some one-time offers if they're interested in it. So but the blogging part and the traffic part, that's all $9.97.
Okay. And then a few more just came out. So how long do you have access to the training for? I would assume it's
Forever.
Indefinitely, but yeah, if they weren't sure if they needed to use it right away, and if there was any support available with purchasing the course.
Yeah, there's a support desk set up, so anytime you have any problem, and throughout the course I mentioned, hey, go set this up, and if you run into problems, just contact me through the support desk and we'll get taken care of.
Right, you'll have immediate access. There's nothing to set up. As soon as you pay your $9.98, you'll go right into the course, and I believe you get emailed the information as well. And then as with all affiliate things, there are, as Shreya said, other offers that you can buy or not buy, but it has nothing to do with the training. You get the full training. The only extra things are the extra content that you would use for posting, and the done for you program as well, which will be her and her team going and setting up your blog for you. But as I say with everything, when you join new software, new anything, try it out first, and if you can't do it, then then go for the done for you, because I'd rather you learn how to do that, because if she sets it up for you, if you do well with this, you can duplicate this. You can duplicate it 10 times, 20 times. You can have 20 different niches, earning you, a few $100s a month or a few $1,000s a month. We earn way more than, a few $100s a month with our, different blog things that we have going on. So, I would really say that you should try doing it yourself first. It's basically just configuring, a website, which, it may sound like it's hard, but, Shreya lays everything out. There's screen sharing and, showing you how to do intro videos. And, what you get here, from my point of view, what I've seen is that you get the whole package here. Most training and marketing training and all that expect you to know something. Even the beginning, even the ones for beginners, I see they expect you to know how to configure your website and do your website and set up your blog. But this is this fills in that step. This is going to show you how to set up your website and what to do as step one and step two. A lot of things when I was first starting out, that was my problem. I didn't know how to do the step one. If it's something you're new to, and if you're an Amazon seller and you want to start doing this or whatever it is you're doing now, if you're working in a job and you're not even an Amazon seller, to do that first step, you have to know what you're doing. And here she shows you how to do all of that. And once you do it once, you can duplicate. I mean, we're talking a couple hours a month of work, and you can do that in a couple hours. It's not, 20 minutes here and in 2 days, you have to put more work and more work and more work in. You can do it. You can take once a month and, do the work once you get it going. And, you can do it full time. If you want, you can do one blog for 2 hours and another blog for 2 hours and another blog, and you could do 20 of these in different niches as they build up. And, you could be making that money pointed at different things, all at the same time. But if you do it once, it's very easy to duplicate. It's not like, as an Amazon seller, you have to go out and, find stuff, and, you can't really duplicate that 10 times, but this you can.
Mm-hmm. So I know you're talking about Amazon, so let me give you a super ninja trick, okay? And this is not something like I invented. I actually saw this one guy on YouTube that did it, and I was like, oh, wow. So my car battery, the remote that opens the door and stuff,
Right.
It died. The battery died, right? So I YouTube how to change battery and the car charger. And so this guy pops up. I watched the video, and then towards the end, he has a link to his Amazon to buy the batteries. Like, how cool is that? I was like, oh, wow. So when you're writing your blog post, think about that in mind. If you don't know what niche you're going to go into, things that you already use that your interests are, and say, this is how I do this. And then if you're interested, here's my Amazon link to go buy the things you need to do this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted, I got hundreds of ideas I don't have time to do. So, that's one of the things that I really always wanted to do, was make, do review videos of products I was, selling a lot of, not if I was selling one or two of them. But if it was a product, that I stocked all the time, make a review video, and put it on a blog that just had, reviews, and have a review channel on YouTube, which would be the same, video that's on your blog, and then point it to my own products.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that would be a great idea if you have a lot of stuff, or private label products. And there's so many private label sellers, and sellers that in the groups that we're already in, that would just send you those products for free. You could get all those products and make a video, and have a whole blog of review videos.
Mm-hmm.
Great. David just said he bought it. You can't lose for $9.97.
Awesome, David. Glad to have you on board.
And Lisa as well. She just did the same thing.
Awesome, Lisa.
Well, you guys are caught up on the questions on this end. So if there's any other questions that you guys had or we're going to cover, but you guys are good on this end.
No, I think that's about it. Before we wrap it up, is there anything else you want to add, Shreya?
No, guys, go pick it up. I know if you follow the system, it works, because it worked for me. It worked for me with a job and a baby. He's almost 2 now, and it's a 2-year-old, a toddler. So I know it will work. It's not hard.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time figuring it out. I'd say watch the videos one time. And this is how I usually do training, to install things. I'm going to go through, watch all the videos, and then go back and go through it again and follow along. I mean, she breaks it down so it's just so simple. And, we've been using the same software. I mean, our main site, ShawnMayo.com, runs on the exact same software. So if there's anything that you guys would need help with, we're here, Shreya's here, there's a help desk right inside the software. And I mean, we're only talking about $10. So if you don't have time now, when we send you guys out the replay, we'll send you all the sign-up links. But remember, the price is going to go up, significantly, I assume, on Sunday, because of all this training. You can't keep it this cheap for very long. So check it out, and thanks for joining us, Shreya, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.